Here we go. We walked across the heath for a long time, yet no sight sprang up before our eyes. By turns we discovered a verdant lowland, with several near-about springs streaming down behind another hillside, and then, in the distance, in the center of the lowland, among the brush, there stood a single dry tree. A true giant. Its magnificent outline resembled an animal's paw, clawing at the sky. But what was truly remarkable, the flat landscape was dotted by mysterious dark humps. They were piled about the height of a man and scattered around in abundance. We determined that we should explore the lowland. The further we trekked, the softer the land became. Step by step, heath grass gave way to moss, low-growing shrubs and ferns, and then sloshy puddles of stinky swamp water. The muddy ground sucked at our feet, and soon our party was jumping from hassock to hassock. Finally, we reached the first group of mysterious humps, and learned they were no mere hills, but dugout dwellings. We moved with great care towards the center of the lowland, and there the real swamp began. On the way toward the mysterious giant tree, we saw the foggy outline of another hut, this one much bigger and surrounded by small clay statues. We examined the surrounding dwellings. Inside the dugouts were frowsy and darker than holes and filled with absolute desolation. There were no windows in these mud walls, no furniture or other homely items except for the odd piece of tattered wicker. But every dwelling had a large hollow dug right in the center of the dirt floor like a fire pit, but taking up the greater part of the space. They were filled with standing water and reeked beyond description. Standing one behind another and tied together with a rope, we continued on our journey. We walked slowly, carefully choosing our way, keeping to drier ground as much as possible, but the further we went, the more difficult it became. And soon, we were wading waist deep through the cattails. Frogs croaked loudly as we peered anxiously into the cloudy water, struggling to make out what shadows flitted along the bottom. We often stumbled and lost our balance, but our trusty rope, in the aid of our friends, saved us from being lost to the bog. The insatiable bog gurgled hungrily after us, but we didn't look back. Sodden and weary, we finally made it back to solid ground, and a place of sorts rose before our eyes. A spacious hut, made of mud like the rest, but decorated with pebbles, bones, and cattail spikes and snail shells. In front of the palace was a wide and shallow reservoir, its green water reflected with leaves of huge ferns and primitive clay figurines. The buzzing of gnats was nearly deafening. We were not far to the center of the swamp, and a firm and steady path led there through the thick bushes. At its end, that tall, dry tree stretched mightily upwards, clawing at the firmament. We carefully examined the clay figurines, trying to fathom who they might portray. Come on, Philo. Goggle eyes, flat heads, with no necks, ears, or chins, ugly long legs, unnaturally bent, these mysterious clay sculptures depicted some uncanny cross between a frog and a human. We rolled a 1. Dang. We peeked inside the hut. The palace was twice the height of the other huts, and its entrance was wide enough that 3 could walk abreast. The walls were decorated. An unknown builder had scratched drawings in the clay while it was still wet. The faded scrawl depicted huge amphibians devouring smaller figures. Some frog-headed, others not. 3 of our 4 rooms boasted large holes filled with water just like the other dwellings, though here there were steps descending into them, cut into the dirt. In the furthest room, we found equipment decorating the walls, leather armor, spears, clubs. To our surprise, a number of items were well preserved. The hut was clearly deserted, so we felt no shame in taking some of it with us. We moved forward, seeing we'd drawn so near to our goal. It was ever so lovely to walk once again along the well-trodden path. Our soaked clothes imagined being dry and our mood at once lifted. The bushes that bordered the path seemed to wave at us amiably. With their juicy green leaves and shiny bright red berries, a fresh wind puffed away the rotten smell, and it finally felt like the swamp might be nearly behind us. But then the wind stopped blowing, and the thorny branches continued to move, and we heard a loud shout. Valerie, who was watching our rear, pointed to a surging, crawling wall of green filling in the path behind us. The surrounding thicket was coming to life. Its branches reached out with a soft swishing sound. Drops of sap oozed from their thorns, gleaming in the emerald dusk. The path was disappearing. There was no way back, and clear space ahead was closing. Alright, what are our choices here? We got plus 10 in mobility, so I think that's the right choice. We ran forward as fast as our legs could carry us, flying towards the closing passage. As any experienced traveler can tell you, sometimes you walk and sometimes you run. The branches snatched at our backpacks and clothes, and the sprouts tangled at our feet, but we slipped their grasp. We were too quick. Finally, after what seemed an endless trek, we came upon the gigantic dry tree that had so intrigued us from the beginning. Lo and behold, we saw an idol cut in its trunk, a huge horned, three-eyed toad. Its googly eyes made it look both cruel and dumb, almost idiotic. Its muzzle hung half open, sharp-toothed, and several hanging tongues. Deep brown stakes oozed from the corners of its mouth. There it is, with that little frog thing. Do we have religion? Oh yeah, we have Tristian. We tried to glean what sort of idol it might be. There could be no doubt. This was Gogunta, master of the great swamp in the demon abyss. But what is this? While we were examining the idol, a large bright blue dragonfly came out of a hollow in the tree and sat invitingly on the very tip of one of our noses. It was so remarkably strange. It didn't react to our movements and seemed quite content to remain where it sat. Gogunta is the demon lord of fetid swamps and serves as the sole goddess of the swamp-dwelling boggards. Gogunta appears as a frog with many heads and even more eyes and tongues. Boggards portray her as a huge queen of their kind. Ho ho ho. I mean, we could. This seems like something, I don't know. I don't think Alice would bother with it. We thought better of interfering with the sinister idol and continued our journey. Why awaken mysterious ancient forces? We turned around and went back, this time avoiding the flesh-eating bush. Good work all around. Got some XP for that. We're gonna go take on the water elemental. Shouldn't be too hard.
Let's head out.
Our victory is certain.
Go down!
Haha.
I require healing.
Only 3?
I can't keep
Come on,
this up
Tristian.
much longer.
What? Why?
I require healing. Avenge me. I can't keep this up much longer.
Your death awaits.
Good hit. Amira, you gotta get some hits, girl. Oh shoot, wait.
I require healing.
She is just not doing well. We're getting there, piece by piece, guys. Piece by piece. Oh no, don't hit me. Oh crap.
Learn from my mistake.
Good hit. Good
Path
job.
is clear.
Nothing in there. Can't go that way.
The road awaits.
I am prepared.
I feel Fleshbend is king. Nice ability. Well, we did that. We do have the dog or wolves, more wolves at the wilderness. So let's head that way. I'll probably have to rest at some point.
I feel tired.
We're almost there. Alright, before we rest, Tristian, don't really need you to have these anymore. What do we want? Burst of Radiant. Oh, we want Consecrate again. Bone Fist. Silence. take Burst of Radiance, why not? Cool. Okay. Alright. Let's give him a resto. This one's easier to cook. Give us the saving throw bonus. 11 hours. We're gonna go fight wolves, so saving throw bonus is gonna be great. Oh, it's Tristian's fave. Plus 1d6 to channel positive energy. Oh, cool. Gonna be good to resist for saving throws because wolves can bite you. And oh wait, no, that's combat maneuver though. Never mind. Probably didn't need saving throws then, but it's fine. That's a combat maneuver thing, not a saving throw thing. My bad. Forgot about that.
Everyone counts on
Okay.
Right here, my friend.
This over here. Okay.
Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Lasciami Savitur.
Bone Fists gets you a +1 to natural armor and +2 bonus damage with natural weapons. So Fire Drake over here is
Everything
gonna
has a price.
destroy. Plus this.
Matricium Turinos.
Here.
I know what to do.
Magritium Turi. Magritium Turinos.
Let's roll. Die wolves. Got him. $63 damage. Didn't have a chance.
Let us be careful.
We will prevail.
Let's get some healing on the Drake here. He took 24. Little baby.
I'll go ahead.
Alright. So this fight is a little bit harder because there's wolves up here, mostly baby wolves, and then there's going to be a few wolves that spawn that come out of hiding over here at some point. So you have to be careful.
The path is clear.
You don't want to get overwhelmed.
They should have known better.
So we're gonna move our peeps a little bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh man. Disaster is already happening. Come on.
I'll loot your corpse.
Calm down. You're not dead yet.
Your luck's run out.
Bane.
A calculated risk.
Burst of Radiance. And hit him with fire. Good, good. Nice.
Bring it! I always survive.
Papa Healy.
You survive. I always survive.
Got him. Probably shouldn't be in the front here, buddy. Not good. Hopefully we can keep you alive though. It's fine.
Learn from my mistake.
Oh man. Hit him with it.
Magritio, Turino.
Oh, 21-21, ice and fire, let's go. Double team them, Tristan and Philo on it. That was amazing. That was actually really smooth, all things considered. Now remember, you can't get, if you're trying to get the wolf pelts, you need nature, and you can't get them even with a high nature skill if they're critted. If you've crit on these wolves and they die, they'll explode and the pelts won't be there anymore. So you can only get the pelts if you don't do that. Not that you should pull your punches, but just letting you know if you can't get a wolf pelt, that's why that's happening. We got 12 though. That was actually a really good fight, dudes.
Share your
really good fight. Good stuff.
Focus on the goal.
Good stuff. All right.